Hey guys, today we're doing something a little different here. I've been invited down to sunny Southern California for the global launch of the new Volvo EX90. It is a luxury three-row electric SUV made on an all-new architecture, and it's pretty cool. So let's go for a drive and check this thing out. So first impression, I've been a passenger in this thing for a good chunk of the morning. I've been at the wheel now for approximately 60 seconds, and this feels like exactly what you would expect a Volvo to be. It's an evolution of the same very organic, very linear, controlled, confident driving dynamic that they've had nailed down for decades now. The immediate departure, the steering feels a touch lighter-ish maybe. It's sharper. The vehicle does a really good job hiding its weight and its size. It handles really well, like we're out here on windy canyon roads where I would, ideally want a sports car like a Miata. And this is handling itself admirably. Like, I'm having fun. This is fun. It feels good. It's surprisingly quick. Like, taking off from the line when you're moving away from my setup location back there, I was at 70 miles an hour without blinking. This cabin is really quiet. It is eerily serene, even amongst other vehicles. Volvo has gone to great length to quiet this cabin down. They say it is the quietest product they've ever made. I believe this is really quiet. And the serenity thing that they went for with the auditory experience goes through to the design ethos too, right? It's typical Volvo, typical Scandinavian, minimalist, elegant design. So we're seeing a move towards kind of like the modern context sensitive control, like very minimalist thing that we've seen Rivian do. So for example, there's no dedicated mirror control, there's no dedicated steering wheel adjustment. It's all in this touchscreen now, and it's adjustable via steering wheel controls, which I normally don't like at face value. I don't like the sound of that, but in practice it works really well. And I had faith that it would work because it's a Volvo, because they're really good at this sort of like ergonomic, intuitive design. They make a vehicle feel right and easy to use. They're smart cars that are supposed to make you feel smart. This does that well. And there's a lot of little touches in here that are nice. We have a new 14-inch vertical display that's kind of floating over the dashboard very elegantly. There's bezel-less mirrors. We have a large center console here with a ton of room for handbags, purses, whatever you want to carry with you. We got a wireless charging pad right here in the center console for your phone. It's all really well thought out. The user interface is a heavily updated version of the Google-powered infotainment they were using before. When they moved away from their own in-house census system to the Google-based software, I didn't feel like they integrated it very well, and they have solved that neatly here. The home screen on this system is just a large navigation function, and then a widget for media and phone, and then there's a couple bars underneath that are fixed just for climate control, and then kind of context-sensitive things based on shortcuts you've been using for previous applications or whatever else. We have shortcuts for performance driving mode, there's shortcuts for one pedal driving. Everything is fixed. So overall, at a first driving impression, I really like what they've done here. This feels like a suitably premium product that can go toe-to-toe with the BMWs and Mercedes of the world. And it does it in the very signature Volvo way, with that very classic, elegant, minimalist design that Volvo buyers look for, that you want, right? It looks like a very well executed premium product. It feels expensive. And on that note, so Volvo's going to be launching two different trims in Canada. They're going to start with the Plus and the Ultra. Both are kind of like higher SKU models. They are both dual motor models. They both have 510 horsepower. They both use a 111 kilowatt hour battery. They both use 250 kilowatt charging speed. Okay. The biggest change, like equipment is more or less the same. The Ultra gets like some slightly nicer lighting and puddle lights and stuff, but the biggest mechanical change is air suspension, like adaptive air suspension on this Ultra model that can raise, lower, stiffen, soften, and really just makes imperfections in the road disappear. This tester that I'm driving right now is on 22-inch wheels, and you wouldn't know it. It makes secondary vibrations just go away. They've done a great job calibrating the chassis, calibrating the steering feel, and overall, this drives like every other Volvo I've ever driven, and I mean that in the best way. It feels fresher, it feels a little tighter, it feels like a new product, and that's because it is. It's a new product and a new generation, all new platform to take Volvo into the next era with a ground-up electric architecture that allows them to have that better performance, better handling, lower center of gravity, more cabin room. And I'm a big fan. I'm kind of openly biased towards Volvos. I've liked every one I've driven, and this is no different. I was worried about kind of what they would do with some of the new touchscreen stuff and some of the infotainment things and where they would go with it, but I'm liking everything I'm seeing here, and I'm looking forward to spending more time with this. Is really quiet, like eerily serene. Ugh. Its cabin is really quiet, like it's eerily serene. It's a Mustang. This cabin is really quiet. It is eerily. This really. So. You were. See, now I lost it. Now it's gone.